Hello, Greg and Joshua. Somebody ripped this poor fan grommet on this board, as well as destroyed it by poor soldering, but still have to reassemble it. So tonight I have several things to do, so I thought I'd stream it, why not? And I'm also going to talk about various things that I will probably clip and make into a dedicated video once I get started. I'm just going to have to think as I go and make up stuff. Well, not make up stuff, but think about the points that I want to cover in what I talk about. One of them is a little bit about competition. I see Paul Daniels made the same comment in today's earlier live stream about the flux turning into a sticky mess, and that change must have occurred. Yeah, and I actually, so there's another Amtech flux, Amtech NC 560, and I looked at some pictures of it, and it looks very similar to what Amtech used to look like when it was good. So I bought a tube of that, and I'm going to try it and see if it's back to what it used to be. But yeah, Amtech now, I've tried V2 and ASM, and it's not the same. It's not, you can just tell they changed it. Just not the same. Teresa's here. Everybody in chat, wish her a happy birthday. I have to put this board back in the enclosure before we get to actually fixing boards. I have to get these out of the way first, because these need to go out. The new Amtech is better than the garbage Kingbo stuff I had. You never tried what Amtech was 2 years ago, though. Or a year ago. Amtech a year ago, like Paul said, probably some companies do that because they become popular and increase revenue. They probably change formulation. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they cheaped out in one ingredient, so it isn't as good. So we'll see. I bought Amtech NC560. We're gonna try that and see if it's any better. And if Amtech NC560 is good, and I do like it, so back when 213, back before nobody carried 213, I was gonna buy it and start selling it, but I never. The problem with 213 is I've had a couple issues with it. So when it's cold, this stuff does not come out of the tube. It hardens in the tube, and I did not like that. And I went to go clean the nozzle out. I took this off, and it was plugged, so I applied pressure, and like half the tube squirted out over the board, so that was no good. But another thing about VS213, this is great flux for lead-free. This is great flux in pretty much any other aspect, but cleaning it. So cleaning it, I mean, with a Q-tip and alcohol, it wipes off great. But when you put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, for whatever reason, it's not removed by Branson EC. So it turns into this white mess that's really hard to get off, and I don't like it for that reason. But NC560 may be different. I noticed the color of NC560 is very similar to what Amtech was a long time ago. So it's like a darker, almost like an orange color. Not orange, but just a really dark yellow. Hughes Tech Services here. But I'm gonna try NC560, and I'm going to see if it's any better, any worse, and see if I like it. The one place I bought it from only sells. I bought it from amtechdirect.com. They only sell the 10cc tube, but if it's any good, I will order the 30cc tubes and sell those and see where it goes. So let me ask you this, who in chat would like, I don't really want to sell the same stuff Lewis does, but who in chat would like some parts that aren't really carried by some of the other people, like the rarer stuff? You think that's a good idea if I start stocking stuff like that? One second here. Yeah, I kind of want to start doing stuff like that, so we'll see. If Amtech NC560 is any good, I will. Still waiting on a package. Well, the postal service is no better out here, trust me. The postal service sucks. Shut off ringer. No phone. There. But yeah, California, the post office is pretty bad. What are you, some kind of nerd? No nerds allowed in tech business. I would not say I'm a nerd because you've seen how dumb I am in some of these streams, so I don't think that counts. How are customers supposed to sneak up behind you with that new setup? No, that's the whole point of it. Come on, screw, don't be annoying. Go in. I hate this screwdriver. I need my other one with a stronger bit, and here they are. Yeah, I need better screwdrivers. I need to stop being cheap and order good screwdrivers. Wait a second. This one's kind of stripped the head, so you know what? Don't need that. Trader Jabari is here. The Postal Service in California may cause cancer. That is absolutely true. California in and of itself is cancer. I/O board. I'm gonna grab gloves because there's flux all over my tools. I don't like getting flux on my hands. It's probably not too good for my hands if I get flux on them. And I am reassembling something equivalent to what a turtle would do if a turtle had a screwdriver, which is not ideal. A turtle actually may beat me in this. I work at the pace equivalent of a turtle. What the heck? What? Look at this. The head broke off of the screw. What the heck? Two of them. Never had the head twist off of a screw like that on a MacBook. Whatever. This is why I don't want to work on something that's been taken apart before. Fan. My fuck smelled like smoky bacon. Yeah, it's not supposed to smell like that. It used to smell like pine trees. It used to smell identical to pine trees. Now other phone is going off. What the heck? What? I kind of want to call Inventec and or email Inventec and see what's up, but they're not going to tell me anything. They're not going to tell you if they change the formula or not. The old NC559 had a very distinct pine scent to it, and it worked really, really, really good. And now, like to get it to work good like it used to, you have to put a whole big glob on it. I really like how the bench is now. It's a lot better than it was. Anything else I care about that needs to be plugged in? I mean, it's a no fix anyway. Why does everything need to be plugged in? But no, if I don't plug in some connector, that's a 1-star review from the shop that sent this. That just so happened to screw up the board. So that's why I always plug everything in. Dan the plumber is here. Yeah, that's about it. Bottom case. Nobody can sneak up on you. That's right. They'll have to go through the door where I'll see them and stop them before they come back here, which is really helpful because I don't want people coming behind my workstation. I've had some times where someone would come in and try and distract me, and then someone would walk over to my bench and screw around with stuff. No, you're not going to do that. And it's just really encouraging. Another thing is when customers have kids, when the bench is right there, when I'm helping them here, it's really encouraging for the kids to go over and mess with my stuff over there. That was another issue that I had. But yeah, this is a lot better. Yeah, I'd rather not people come behind my station, you know. This setup kind of reminds me of my first shop that I had. And that shop I really liked. I really liked how I had that shop set up. And it's very similar because it's kind of like the opposite of this, but I was behind the counter like this a little bit. And I just like that a lot better because nobody came. Well, yeah, someone did come behind the counter. A fan came behind the counter one time. Well, not a fan, but someone that somehow knew about me. And yeah, that's very encouraging for them to come right behind the counter if it's open like that. Tasing children is frowned upon. Why is that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little shock. It's not going to hurt them. Just a little shock. Just a little tiny shock. Won't do a thing. Another thing I've been doing with um, stuff shops send me is whenever they send stuff with missing bottom case screws, I've been replacing those because that's one less thing that they can call and complain saying I didn't put the screws back in when they never sent them with screws and they don't remember. So I've been replacing the bottom case screws in laptops that are not sent with the bottom case screws because it really cuts down on the constant complaining and nonsense because they don't know what they're doing. So now I'm going to grab my bottom case screws over here. And this has a few in it. But yeah, that got annoying, honestly. Q's Tech Service, the with a Barlow lens, with the 0.7 Barlow lens, you should have no reason to want to go back to the SE400. There's an SE400 right over there, and then there's another SM series right over there. So there's 3 scopes here. They should be charged for screws. Yeah, but they won't pay for screws because if you say, would you like the missing bottom case screws removed? What they're going to say is, well, it had all those screws and I sent it to you. Every time. Let's see. Yep, this was the right one. Now we go grab a 12-inch retina. That's probably going to work or not work. I don't know. Do I want to do that one? Yeah, we'll do that one. I just have to reassemble it. This is yet another one that was messed with before sending it here. And the board for this one is in the oven. So let's have a look at how this looks after ultrasonicking. This was bad U4700, I believe. Haven't really tested it. I changed it because that's the most common, and we'll see. So let's see. How do I switch to microscope view now? There we go. So this is after ultrasonic. Come on. This looks like a happy board. It's almost not even apparent that some moron soldered this chip on. See? Almost not even apparent that I was even here. Actually, I soldered that pretty lousy, but it should work. Get a paper towel. Now my paper towels are right here, so I could just roll over to them. Rolling in the chair is easier than getting up. I need to get a haircut. I hate when my hair gets long because when my hair gets long and I shave, it turns into the "can I speak to a manager" kind of nonsense. At least I would imagine that. Like, sorry, you're speaking to the owner. So if you don't want to talk to me, then you can get out. That really rarely happens. I mean, occasionally you'll get some really rude person that gets angry at you because your age, not because that you did anything wrong, just angry because of you, that you're younger than them. And yeah, that kind of person just, they can go out. I don't get this is what I'm going to do a video on in this video, so um I'm going to record and stream at the same time, but I'm going to do a video on being rude to people, being rude to those that are trying to help you, because this is something that is far too common, and it shouldn't be common. It should not be common that you are rude to someone trying to help you for no reason. Hey, wait a sec. Where GE? Where is he? I'm at the same shop. I just moved it around. Yeah. Now I know what's gonna happen is everybody's gonna start asking, "Did you get a new shop?" This and that. That's how it always happens. Yeah. The old station was back there, and now I'm over here. But so it begins. The where is he comments. I know they're gonna start. Like when Lewis moved his station, there was a lot of comments. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. I mean, you could kind of tell it's the same place because that door. I mean, I guess not. It doesn't really look different. It doesn't really look the same, honestly. There's flux on my... I used to have these aluminum bars on the benches connected to ground, but I just gave up on that 6 months ago. There's flux everywhere from this, so get rid of that. And now we're going to test this. So this is not what I want. This is what I want. Put the board in. I don't like these boards. These boards suck. No screws because we may have to take it apart again. Yeah, I should put a sign like right there that says this is still the same shop. I just moved the office around. I don't need speaker. I don't want to plug in speaker right now. I don't want to plug in the speaker. If this works, I'll be happy, but if it doesn't post, then I won't be happy. Will we post? Never store important data on an A1534 because the CPU is going to die. They broke the LCD connector on this too, but that should be fine. Is that a silicone work mat with the boxes on top? Boxes on top? Boxes on top. I don't understand. This is silicone, yes. USB-C, USB-C, where is it? But squares. I I where do you see what you're talking about? Because I'm a little bit clueless. Okay, we're plugged in. We're plugged in. Do something. The board isn't even getting warm. Or is it? That's plugged in. Poor MacBook does not even turn on. Let's see if we can solve this. Let's see, we're going to plug this in again. Just in case it had a bad, I'm going to flip the charger over just in case. Poor, sad MacBook. Let's start going over some stuff. So I am going to unplug all of this stuff. We're going to put the board over here. A1534 no power is going to be fairly lousy because A1534 is a terrible device. And you should never buy an A1534 because they're terrible. Never buy an A1534. Actually, just don't even buy a MacBook to begin with. Charles Hall is here. Okay, so this is an A1534 that does not turn on. I'm going to plug this in one more time. Make sure that I'm not being trolled by something stupid. Like the power strip not being on, but the power strip is on. And the board is cold. So we're going to check a few rails on this. So let's grab our meter. I really don't want to measure, but So the first rail I want to check is PP3v3, whatever it is, AON. So I'm going to open board view. This is 8200045. And that is going to show up on this side under U3900, U4700, and that is PP3v3, PP3v3 R3VAON. So we're going to check that. Here's our multimeter. Right here, come on. This is going to be hard. Alright, you're going to take my word that this has the right voltage, so. That's going to show up right over here. And if this is present, I'm going to get a different board because I don't feel like going through the rails on this thing tonight. There's ground. That is 0 volts. What is PP bus? If that is 0 volts, what is PP bus? Where is PP bus? I know you're around here somewhere. I know you're around here somewhere. And the thing just came off. Yes, they fit a little tiny Core M on this thing with no heatsink. Well, it has a little plate that I don't really consider that little plate a heatsink. It's like a wannabe heatsink. It's a let's put something on here so it throttles 90% of the time instead of 100% of the time. So PP bus is going to show up on this little fuse right here. Let's plug it in again. Let's measure. PP bus is 0 volts, so there's something else funny going on here. Let's move my charger. I kind of think my charger died. That always happens when you move stuff. Yeah, okay, so charger. Okay, next one, because I do not feel like doing this one right now. I want a different one. So I'm going to go to a board that I was working on the other day. This is a no CPU vCore board, or no GPU vCore, or intermittent vCore, so that one should be fun. I'm going to go grab that one, because that one I want to get done. See if my charger works on this machine. Let's see if my charger works on this. So this thing actually intermittently turns on. Yeah, and it appears my USB-C charger died. Well, that's no fun. What? Why? I don't understand. Why would you die randomly? I just moved you. I didn't do anything to you, charger. I just moved you, and this is not even that old. Why would you die, USB-C charger? Is it the cable, or is it the charger itself? I moved it, and it died. Never move stuff. That's what I get. Never ever move stuff. Ever. Moving stuff is very bad. Now I have to find another cable. I know I have another cable, I just don't know where the other cable is. See, that's a big problem. If you have spare cables but you don't know where you put them. Cable. New cable. Plug it in. Waiting for CPU warmth. CPU warmth, come on. It works. So this one is really strange. This is intermittent CPU vCore, or GPU vCore. It was here. So this one has some history. I did a pre-recorded on this one. Haven't uploaded it yet, but what happened with this one is this one died in warranty. They brought it to the Apple Store. Apple Store put a new board in it, and then that new board, hang on, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. So the new board died. They put this piece of, what happened? So this is the replacement board. This is a refurb Apple board. Now this board was a reworked board because I know this because U7100, every probe, every pin of the chip was probed. You could see a indentation in it as it was probed, and I think the edge bonding was moved too. So this was a reworked Apple board, and it died. Now I resoldered the legs on U7100, and that allowed it to work for a while. It worked for a good month or so and never came back. Now it's dead again. So my theory, see, look, dead. Okay, black screen, the mouse is still clicking, and if I were to measure right now, so if I were to measure CPU vCore, so CPU vCore is going to show up on the bottom coils of the board, right here, that is 0.8 volts, but if I measure GPU vCore, that is 0 volts. So this could be a couple things. So behind door number 1 is a dead CPU. The CPU is dying and not requesting vCore from the U7100, or behind door number 2 is U7100 is failing. Now this makes a little bit more sense because what probably happened is this was sent back to Apple with this issue. They probed U7100. It passed their test, but it's been dead all along, and it's been doing this all along. So this board probably was replaced for this issue. They probably probed around U7100 because they saw an issue. U7100 passed their tests. They probably stress tested it, didn't die, so they sent it out. Same thing I did. I ultrasonicked it. I thought maybe the ISL 9239 was dying. I replaced it. It passed 8 hours of stress testing, no problem. And then a month later, it started doing the same thing. So we're going to replace U7100 since it seems to be fairly constant now. It's black screen. It's not coming on. So I think I'm pretty confident that U7100 is the issue. So we're going to go ahead and replace that and see what it does. So take the board out now. And where's the rest of the screws for this? I know I have the rest of the screws for this somewhere. This is pretty hot around here. I don't know. What's that thing? I don't know. That's pretty warm. MacBook is trolling. Yes, I agree. MacBook is trolling. So I need to find the bottom case screws to that. That's going to be over here, I'm sure. Wouldn't want to lose bottom case screws. Or motherboard screws, which are even worse. It's even worse to lose motherboard screws. Take out board now. Is brain capable of taking out board without screwing board up? That's something we're going to find out. What do you use for barcoding printer? It's a Label Writer 450. Should probably take the battery out before taking the rest of the stuff out. I feel sleepy right now. But I was really hoping on taking a day off tomorrow, and if I don't get this stuff done, then I won't be able to take a day off tomorrow. And I want to take a day off tomorrow. It'll be my first day off in like 4 or 5 weeks. Come on. Even though I say that, I'll probably end up here tomorrow. I know I'm going to end up here tomorrow. I can never, even if I tell myself I'm going to take a day off, couldn't it be an unstable power issue from a dying tantalum capacitor? Yes, it could, but it's really rare, especially on a machine this new. This is only a year or so old. Repair boards are wearing a mariachi hat. Maybe. But here's the thing. I think people around here think I'm crazy as it is because they think I'm talking to myself, probably. So that may confirm their suspicions. Especially someone as white as me. So what we did to this one to keep it from, and that screw is really stripped, to keep it from shutting off before, is I resoldered U7100 because the joints are really screwed up on it, and that actually made it work for a couple days. I mean, for a month or two. I really don't like what they're doing, the material they're making the new screws out of, because the new screws are really soft and they're really easy to strip even if you use the right bit. So I'm going to try and get this to come out, which may be fairly difficult. The new ones, this is really common to strip screws on, even if you're using the right size bit. Floor, huh? I don't understand. Quick question: your minimizer lens for microscope cam is an X1. I thought it says it's a 0.35x. So that's out. That screw's not going back in. It could go back in if I wanted to make it difficult on the next person that worked on it. But I'm not like that. So here's U7100. So these are the joints I resoldered. They were pretty lousy before, and now they're not. But I'm going to replace this chip because I kind of have a suspicion that the chip was bad all along and that it was reworked by Apple. Another thing, I think these resistors and these probe points, yes, these were original. See these resistors? See the flux between them? That was like this before. So I think they reworked stuff in this area. And these probe points were soldered too, so I'm pretty sure Apple reworked this in this area. And they left the chip original, and I'm guessing the chip has been bad all along. So we're going to replace this. So let's kick on the fume extractor. Oh, I forgot to hit record. Oh well. So I'm going to start recording now because I already had a video on this earlier that I was doing earlier. So we're going to go ahead and replace U7100, which is the CPU, and this is the CPU, GPU, and system agent vCore regulator. So we are going to heat this and pull it off the board. This is an ISL 992 or 93. What is it? Let me see. This is an ISL 95828 HRTZ. I'm gonna put this aside. Pull it off of the donor board of the finest quality. Gonna add some leaded solder to get rid of the lead-free junk that's on the board as it is. Raise our temp a little bit. Should be good enough. I am going to wick now. I'll put a little bit of flux down. Just to help things along. Wick all of this off the center pad, or a good majority of it. We don't really need to wick all of it off. But it always helps to have a nice clean board. Clean it up a little bit. Little fresh Amtech VS213 down. Those pads look nice and soldered. I'm going to add just a little bit right here. Add a little bit more flux because all that's going to burn away once we start heating. I'm going to grab our brand new, never stolen from any board before chip. As you can see, this was clearly removed from a donor board. We actually just did that 2 to 3 minutes ago. And the fact that the chip was never stolen from another donor board was a complete lie. So this is going to pull itself into place. Once we heat it enough, like that, it's going to drop. We can sort of align it. And please do not bridge pins in this chip, as you will wind up with a dead CPU. So that is now aligned. Once the solder dries, I'm going to apply some pressure down to it. Just like that. Hold for about 15 seconds. Wait for the solder to harden. There we have it. You can see our nice indentation of the chip, indicating it was professionally soldered. Put some flux around it so we could clean up these pads. Just touching it up to make sure there's no bridges. I'm going to inspect it real quick. Everything looks okay to me. I don't see any bridges. That chip looks pretty good. So let's plug in our board. We're going to measure GPU vCore in these coils. So GPU vCore is going to show up on... So if you're testing really quick, these are GPU vCore, these are CPU vCore, these are system agent vCore. So let's plug it in. And CPU vCore is 0.93 volts. GPU vCore is still 0 volts. Which most likely means either it's not sending out vCore because it doesn't see the screen, or our GPU is indeed dead and not requesting GPU vCore. Which is most likely the case. Because Apple designs a piece of junk product that cannot withstand that inductor looks really bad. That inductor looks really bad. What the heck is outside making that noise? That's a little bit concerning. Could an inductor cause that? Hang on, I want to hear something's outside. I must be hearing things. That wouldn't cause it though, I don't think. I don't know. Unless this was a liquid damaged board and Apple resold it. No, I think that inductor is fine. No, you know what? Is the inductor good? The inductor's fine. Yeah, this is at 2 ohms. What's GPU V core? To ground. 1.9 ohms. That's okay. That's a little low. It's your landlord crawling through the walls. No, the landlord is really nice here. Did I screw up soldering that chip? Yeah, this is probably dead GPU. Unless it needs to see the screen to send GPU V core, I actually think this one may need to see the screen for GPU V core, but I'm gonna run a better tip along the pins of that because this J tip is a little bit weak. Whoa, I can't see. Oh, that's what I'm hearing. So what I'm hearing is the exhaust from the fume extractor being deflected off of the counter where it is now. So that's the noise I'm hearing. I'm thinking like there was a truck or something outside making that noise, like directly outside of my window, but it wasn't. It was the air from the exhaust from the fume extractor hitting the counter. Should I just rehot GPU, bro? This whole area? So yeah, I'm gonna rehot. I'm gonna rehot GPU, bro. All these joints in this area. Let's rehot. Let's rehot everything. We rehot. We rehot and see if it works. When in doubt, rehot. Because one of these joints may be broken. And the heat isn't going to hurt anything anyway. This is a 820-3332. No. This is an 820 something 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 something. Let it cool. Yes, this is an 820 something 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 something. 820 something 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 is the best kind of board. What do you mean you're not smart enough to remember those board cues, Tech? Okay. Let's see if I can memorize all these. So, alright, I'm going to start 2011 until now. Every board used in MacBook. So starting. Wait a second, hang on. Alright, let's see how well I can do with this. So, starting in 2011, the 11-inch MacBook Air, the A1369 used an 820 The 8 wait, no, that one, the 2011 11-inch Air used an 820 The 2011 13-inch Air used an 820 Actually, wait, no, I was right the first time. So the 2011 11-inch Air used an 820 The A1370, which is a 13-inch MacBook Air from 2011, used an 820 The 2011 A1278, the 13-inch MacBook Pro, used an 820 The 15-inch piece of junk from 2011, the A1286, used an 820 The 81297, which is the 17-inch version of the piece of junk, used an 820 The 2012 A1278 used an 820 3115-B. The 2012 15-inch MacBook Pro used a 820 The 2012 MacBook Air 11-inch used an 820 The 13-inch MacBook Air from 2012 used a 820 The 2013 MacBook Air 11-inch used an 820 3435 The 13-inch MacBook Air from 2013 used an 820 3537 The 13-inch Retina used both a 820 and a 820 3435. And I forgot what I was going to do. The 2014 Retina 15-inch used an 820 3662. And I completely lost my train of thought. So that was a bad idea because I completely... I'm not reading that from the schematics list. Alright, so I have to test this in the enclosure now. If I was in the daytime and rested, I would name all those a lot quicker. So here's screen. Plug this in now. Let's plug this in. The fan's spinning. CPU V core. No GPU V core. No GPU V core on any of the phases. See what this does. Yeah, what's going on is the CPU is not requesting V-core. Did you dye your hair? I swear it was lighter. I did not dye my hair. No, my hair was never lighter. It might have been, there might be some gray under here, but yeah, I've never dyed it. I would never dye my hair. I don't care if it turns white. Yeah, rest in peace, dead CPU. What a lousy night. Yeah. It's the light from the window, which you're not at now, exactly. Yeah, Q-Stack service I do have gray. You just can't see it. It's up here. It's there, trust me. So right now, I could do a couple things. I could either go home because this was nothing but a waste of time. I could work on well, here's the thing. It wasn't a total waste because now I know hey, the 11 inch. Let's see if the 11 inch turns on now with a better charger, and I just probably dropped the DCM board for that thing. The little board that plugs into this thingy. I had it up here and then I moved everything. And it probably fell. Oh, here it is. Let's see if this works. At least now I could come back on Monday and have a fresh slate. It's been kind of slow the last week, which that being slow kind of helped me because I was able to move the office around and do stuff that I couldn't usually do if I was swamped. So I used to do a lot of HDMI ports for this local shop, and then that local shop started doing them in-house, and I really don't want to. This area kind of sucks for that, and yeah, they charge like really cheap for that, so. I could do HDMI ports, I just don't want to. I'm gonna do any iPhone repairs. I have iPhone repairs here right now. I can't tell if the CPU is getting warm or not. I have to give it a minute to warm up. Frostburn, I used to be able to disassemble the PS4 in 7 minutes. So 7 minutes to disassemble it. It took me about around 8 minutes to change the HDMI port, and then like another 10 minutes to reassemble them. Okay, so since I cleared these two out of the way, PP bus is still not present. Yeah. PP bus is still not present. Tim, I think I'm gonna do my first soldering on PS4 HDMI. Do it. But I don't like taking apart the PS4s because they're kind of a pain, and Frostburn, when did you, what method of, what method of shipping did you use? Okay, oh, you know what you did? I see what's wrong with this. I see the original problem. So this came from another repair store? Check this out. I can't believe I just noticed this now. So what do you see here? Tell me in chat when to stop. So, look. I'm gonna go around this area very slowly. Tell me when you guys see something off. Tell me when you see something remotely off, like some moron did something here. Like some moron did something. This is ridiculous. Look at this. See this? See how it's lifted off of the board? Look at this nonsense. Give me a break. Look at this. Please. If you do not know what you're doing with something like this, don't touch it. Seriously, do not put, you could see, it's common sense. You see the little grommet, you don't put the long screw in there. If you do not know what you're doing with something like this, send it to someone that does. Do not ruin a board that has the customer's data on it. The customer will never get their data back now, probably, because some moron long screw damaged his board. So let's see if we can at least try and get this to turn on without this here. So what we're going to do, we're going to desolder this thing here. And hopefully we can get this to turn on. Because this is ridiculous. If you seriously, I'm sick and tired of getting stuff that is destroyed by an incompetent idiot that does not know what they're doing. Stop messing with it. If you do not know where if you really do not can use the part of your brain that tells you do not put a long screw that's this long in a little grommet that goes into the board, do not mess with that device. Send it to someone. Sick of it. Exactly. If Frostburn, yes, you can feel when the screw is at the bottom, and when you do this, it's like you feel it stop and you keep turning it. It's ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is try and cut this up a little bit. I don't want to go too deep, but yeah, this is destroyed. So there's some vias right here. Let's try and I'm going to cut this right here. So I'm pretty sure that's a lot just ground, but right here is where I'm concerned about. So I think this is just ground, but I don't know what got damaged under these layers, so let's see. Are these probes? Are these ground? I think so. But I want to peel up this last little thing right here. No, you can't. I'm confused. What do you mean? Long screw damage I can fix. But this looks like mainly just ground right here. So that's why I was just peeling up the ground plane right here. And this looks okay. This does not look too terrible, but look, the connector's melted. Yeah, someone messed with this. Someone stupid messed with this. Bailey is here. The new setup is excellent. Okay, where was Dum Dum? What did Dum Dum do? I know Dum Dum was here, but where? Where was Dum Dum? I don't see where Dum Dum was. Did Dum Dum screw up CPU holes? Didn't check these. Dum Dum did screw up CPU holes, I think. Or maybe not. I don't think so. Did Dum Dum screw up this hole? Doesn't look like it. Here's the thing, when shops mess with stuff before sending it to me, it really drops your success rate, and then I'm the one that gets yelled at because you did not fix it in 2 days like you usually do. Well, you didn't screw with it either when I fixed it in 2 days, you know? So if we're not getting any, oh, look at this, beautiful. Hello, look at that, hello. What's this? You have a hole. You have a hole. See the hole? You don't look good. You look like you exploded. You have a hole. It's never good when your MacBook has a hole. Because look, you can put, look, see? See that? Tweezer is in the chip. See the hole? See that? Look. Like a tunnel. So, something happened here because you did something funny here. And you could also see that Dum Dum was here soldering. And you could see that Dum Dum improperly soldered stuff here. Because you could kind of see that those coils aren't aligned. And you could kind of see that whatever Dum Dum did caused this to explode. So let's look at the schematic and let's see what this stuff is. Because this clearly was messed up by somebody with half of a brain. 8200045. What chip is that? Where is this on the board? Okay. Oh, you did something really stupid, I think. Oh boy. PP1VOS5. Yeah, rest in peace. You screwed it up. Yeah, so this is probably destroyed. So what this is, let's look at the schematic at this, just double check. Yeah, 1VO, no, maybe not, maybe you're okay. This just takes, what does this do? So this is this chip that's failed. Let's go to OBS. I'm going to show you on the schematic. Display capture on. And that's the wrong window. There we go. So, what exploded is right here. This is our 1.05V S4 switcher. Come back. No, come back. So, what this is going to do, let's look at this for a sec. Whoa, what happened? Where did you go? Okay. This is going to take PP3V3S4. This is going to take the input, which is Eve, whatever, Mux, USB, I don't care. And it's going to, this is going to do some stuff. Wait, let's go full screen. So, this is basically going to take our 3v3S4 voltage as its source voltage, its voltage in. It's going to do some stuff related to, I'm just trying to make this simple to people that don't know yet. It's going to take a few signals, and it's going to take this, and it's going to spit out our PP1V05S4 switch line. This is the coil that exploded, and this kind of makes sense because if this chip shorted to ground, okay, so ground obviously is right here, that coil is not going to like that, and that's going to be a tremendous load on the coil. We either have a short on this side or this side. So if there was a short on the output, the coil would kind of limit current enough that it wouldn't explode the chip. It's still possible that it would, so we're going to check for a short on both sides, but first we're going to remove what the person that doesn't know what they're doing did and go from there. But we could see that this kind of has something to do with it. So let's go back to our microscope capture. our microscope capture. Let's remove this from the board. I want smaller nozzle for this. Tim is my hero, says Bailey. Why is Tim your hero? Tim shouldn't be your hero. Tim is a nobody. Tim barely can fix a board. I do not explain what I'm doing better than Lewis, trust me. Trust me. By far, I do not explain this better than... This thing got a little hot. Gonna replace this mux too. I think I have one of these. Yeah, watch. Thank you, Bailey. Tim is my hero because he just put. Yes. Exactly. Another $2. Thank you, Bailey. I appreciate it. What did I just put, though? Tell the rest of the story. We have to check and see if these lane obstacles are shorted. He just put the lane obstacles. Probe Point knows what's up. I can't tell the rest of the story, it's a secret. There's more to that story. But I will leave it for somebody else to say the rest of the story. Bailey, you should tell us the rest of the story. What happened? Donor board. I feel like I have a new store with this new setup. Wait a second. Why does this donor board have the CPU and stuff on it? Was this a customer's board I put in here by mistake? No. Where is donor board? Here's donor board. No, Bailey needs to tell the rest of the story. Fine, I'll have to wait for somebody else to tell the rest of the story. Okay, so this moron removed a couple caps. And then sent it to me. Come on, Bailey, you have to tell the rest of the story. You can't just leave everybody in the chat hanging like that. Oh, I think they put that on the wrong way. I don't know, but I don't remember how they put that on, but I think that was put on the wrong way. And there was resistors missing. Come on. Come on, at least put it back on if you're going to send it to me. Anthony told me he wants to... Then get Anthony in here. I'll call him. Wake him up. Yeah, wake Anthony up. Get him in here to tell the rest of the story. No. I'm a worse dum-dum. Look what I did. Look what worse dum-dum did. I suck at this. I really suck at this. Teresa, have Bailey tell you the story. Anthony's coming to explain. That kind of concerns me. That kind of concerns me. Oh man, I suck at this. I suck at this job. I'm laughing at something else. I'm laughing at what Bailey is sending somebody in the group chat. So Bailey, you tell the story now. It's your turn. Bailey, you tell the story. What happened? You share it with us. I don't know the story. All I was told was you just put. There's more to that story. But you can't know. Only select few must know. Bailey, you know the story. Tell the story. You have my permission. Anthony, Bailey wants you to tell some story or something. I don't know what he wants. Oh, my hand's starting to shake. Come on. No, you blew away. I'll have to find a replacement for that. That's sad because I don't know if I have a replacement for that. Yeah, that's really sad. Where did that go? Here it is. I found it. I found it. that's a chance in a lifetime that you find the one you take off. Anthony won't tell any, or Bailey won't tell anybody. Bailey is a very mean person. He won't tell anybody. Bailey is really mean. Oh, I did not wick anything. I just put it on. That's my problem. Yeah, Bailey is just really cruel-hearted for not telling anybody. I mean, that's just rude. You know, he knows, and he's purposely not telling you guys in chat. Something so great, he's not telling you guys on purpose. What's everybody in chat think about that? Tell Bailey in chat exactly how you feel about that. Actually, I think that was the old one, but it's better than nothing. Yes, I agree, Bailey. It is the world's best story. But he won't tell anybody, and I can't tell anybody, so you guys are just not gonna know then. That's how it works. Blame him. Disgusted, a complete act of disrespect. I agree. Bailey did commit a complete act of disrespect. I 100% agree with that. By not telling you guys. Probe Point knows what's up. At least Probe Point. At least Probe Point gets it. I feel you should just put. Teresa is right. Now Teresa needs to message Bailey for the full story. This dumb hurt MacBook. One last little cap. Actually, let's clear this bridge right here. I will make sure, Bailey. Trust me, I will make sure. I don't have a Hacko, Bailey. I have a quick hot air. Rapid cool in the fume extractor pipe. I don't want a JBC. I've heard they're lousy. I've heard that the tips break, and I could never have a tip that would break like that. Still no MacBook. Wait, is MacBook heatsink getting hot? Is MacBook heatsink getting hot? What? No. I want to see working MacBook. I don't want non-working MacBook. You're talking about getting a soldering station or a hot air station. I'm not buying any JBC product. I'm not going to spend that much money on something like that, when what I have does the job just perfect. What job couldn't I have done because of my quick, you know? Still no PP bus. Oh, come on, really? Bailey is sending me messages on Discord. It's bad. Bailey is accusing me of bullying him. Who in chat thinks that I bully Bailey from what you've seen here? Do you really want to believe a trader from Australia that I bully him? Bad. Don't believe Bailey. I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully, I promise. We don't even get anything on DCN. So we are definitely not going to get anything on the charger. How's this little thing look? That looks okay. Okay, so still we have nothing on DCN, and that's kind of concerning, because that means we probably have an issue with the, maybe something. We have to just put in order to fix this board, and if we don't, the lane obstacle is not going to be any good anymore. Okay, so let's have a look here. So something caused that stupid thing to blow up like that. And let's look at, so in order for this to blow up, something had to have happened. So, but I don't know. But it doesn't even get DC in. Okay, what happens if I put a little bit of voltage on DC in? So these take 20 volts. I'm going to put a little voltage on DC in. No, this wasn't a cheap charger. This was a moron. This was a moron that probably had a fixable problem. So what, I don't know. Let's see here. Where's that chip? Where's that chip? Here it is. Right? Yeah. Okay, so is this trace good? So let's see if the trace between here there's like a coating on these. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and find the trace here. Trace is good. So it's not that, but where, so. Do we have a short here now with the chip on it? It's good. It's good. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna really suck. Alright. Go down to like 3 volts. We're going to solder. Oh shoot, it doesn't reach. That's a problem. Have to move my power supply somewhat closer. And I don't want to do that tonight. What did the holy coil do again? The coil's fine still. But I agree. I should just put, that makes most sense. Alright, so I'm going to probe a little bit here with power. I'm going to connect my meter leads to the DCPS since the other leads won't reach. We are going to put, we're just going to see if we put a little voltage on DC and what it does. So we're going to put ground here, or whoa, and it does pull some amps. Let's see. No, it really doesn't. Let's go up to like 18 volts. That is not booting current. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I think, let's see. Wait. I don't know. I kind of want to go home though. But I don't know if going home is a good idea. You revived your donor? No. Huh? Okay. So what does this mux have to do with... but Q, whatever this thing is. If this is bad, and this is kind of stolen from my donor board, I think. Check long... No, it's not the long screw damage area. So this... But we're not even getting any voltage to it. And that's all tied into these things, these chips. U4520 and U4530 are really hard to source. Yeah, I think this is my signal to go home. Or go to sleep in this chair. Either or. Yeah, I don't really feel like working anymore tonight. I don't feel like working anymore tonight. Oh. Wonder if this could have anything to do with it. Wonder if that could have anything to do with it. I don't think so. Still nothing. Yeah, hopeless. Not even 5 volts. Yeah, nothing. Sad. I think the person that messed with this before it screwed this up, and it's not worth my time anymore. Because, yeah. Yeah, I think rest in peace is what I think. Because, yeah, you long screwed this. And yeah, it exploded. Poor MacBook. Poor innocent MacBook. This could have all been saved if it was sent to TCRS or Rossmann Repair Group first. Could have all been prevented if this was sent to one of us first. Sad. Poor MacBook. Poor MacBook. Sad MacBook. Rest in peace, MacBook. And why is the NAND hot? That's unusual. Maybe it's just me. Poor MacBook. Rest in peace, MacBook. Was this a DIY or another shop? No, it was another repair shop. Poor MacBook. Time of death 11:28 p.m. And I made no money sitting here. I got $4 from Bailey. That's it. $4. No, Chuck, they won't buy the customer a new board. They never do. It's always, sorry, it's unrepairable. It's not, no, it was repairable, but we screwed it up because we didn't want to. Yeah. Poor repair shop. I mean, poor MacBook. I screwed up. I closed the live chat. I'm sleepy. I should go home instead of just sitting here, staring into space. We'll keep the F-150 between the ditches. Yes, I will do that. Poor MacBook. I may still come back to this if I get bored tomorrow. Because the person that had this keeps bugging me for an update, so it's probably just going to go back. And the other no fix one was a warranty one, so I'm going to have to refund them $300, and that's no fun. And then, yeah, this one's a no fix. The other one's a no fix. Sad. Bad. If you're watching this, if you screwed up this board and you hurt the customer's board, shame on you. I want an A1278. I want an A1278 liquid damage near the ISL. Yeah. Please do not screw up a customer's device. If you do not know what you're doing, just please send it to someone that does. Okay, just eat your pride. When I started, I knew how to solder. I knew not to put the... Well, I guess my first one I didn't, but that was my first repair before I had a repair shop. Yeah. It's getting old. It's getting old to get this stuff constantly. Why don't you just dig a little further? You barely touch the surface. Well, there's no need to dig further because there's nothing under there. There's just ground plane. Zero effect. I could send this board to you. See, I'm going to send this board to you, and you could dig further if you want. But there's nothing there. Nothing there, zero effect. Okay? Bad. You dig further, and you're going to mess up this board worse than it was. Bad, zero effect. Yeah, YouTube alerts are terrible. Should start a call list and call everyone when you go live. No. I'm confused because I had a screw holder right here. Right? Oh, I see what I did. I should probably go home. I didn't drop any. You guys are crazy. Oh, I see this. No, this is nothing. You see? This is like a little head of a screw. It's not even a full screw. See, I could even turn this upside down. Nothing falls out. Bad. Never buy. To be honest, I'm crazy. Yeah, me too. Bailey is back. Is Bailey even left? I have no idea where I put the screws for this laptop. Oh wait, they didn't even send this with screws, I don't even think. It came in a bag. Packed with like shoes or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'll find that in the morning, I'm sure. How do you like your new layout? Have you tested if the USC causes mic stress? Here, you test. So did it? That was probably pretty loud, I bet. Oh, wait a second. This little board. I'm confused here. Did I mess up? Um, it's times like this I'm glad I didn't wear headphones. This little thing goes, I don't know, I probably we'll come back to this in the morning. Oh wait, never mind, no, that just fell off. I have to find the screws for that because I have no idea where I put the screws. So I will return. I'll probably come back tomorrow. I'm just going to come in late. It's right about now that Teresa's going to be telling me to start going home. Just watch. That's what always happens. I need to get a longer cable. Zero effect, you fix the board. You're a troll. I've seen your comments. You're a troll. Trying to get donor boards in the, but I keep dropping them. Clean the station. The silicone mats get really dirty. I don't know why. Where's the Lysol? I could use HDMI port, but I need a capture card for that, and I don't want to get a capture card. Because the HDMI has been just fine, I think. Yeah, I bet I made some people go deaf with the ultrasonic. Creepy fans. Creepy fans. Yeah, Discord is a scary place. The cell phone has been closer to the mic the whole stream. It's not that. Discord is a scary place. Never respond to Discord messages.